All right, so when it comes to PBN links, there are a certain time when I will purchase them. I'm not really a big fan of them. I normally stick to guest posts, niche edits, slash link insertions, things of that nature. The difference between the two is, most people would say, oh, the difference is traffic. And yes, that's like one way of telling, but not really. The core difference is that PBNs, like a good PBN will have traffic, but a PBN is owned by one person or one company, and guest posts are supposed to be owned by different people. Now, there are some people, and you'll see them get caught on marketplaces like this, where they're selling guest posts because they can charge more for it, but they're actually selling PBN links. So they're selling guest posts on sites. Like they'll have traffic, and they're like, oh, it says traffic, I just call it a guest post. Well, not really. You still have the buyer still has risk of footprint. They're trusting you to not leave a footprint. And as someone with a computer science background from the University of Toronto, I can tell you that footprints are very, very difficult to deal with. And so I will occasionally purchase PBN links, but there's like some very strict criteria that I try to follow. And the first thing is looking at the size of the packages that they sell in relation to what I think the size of their network is. The guys that have the largest network, I don't know how big these networks are anymore. But when I more actively purchased these links, you would know, like Detox was one guy on here who a lot of people knew had over 10,000 domains in his PBN. Now it's tricky. They don't even tell you the size of their PBN, which makes it like that should be part of the vetting process. And that it's not just the size. It could be a small PBN, like 100 domains. But what matters is how large these packages they're selling, how large they are. So, I don't know. Let's just click into this one here, Skull Crusher. I know he's okay. Like his quality is medium or better compared to some of the stuff on here because there is a lot of junk. I haven't used his network in a while. I'm just speaking on his username and what I know. But right here, his smallest package is, and I don't care about the price per, so it's like $2 per post. I don't care if it's at 50 cents per post, $5, $10 per post. That's not really what matters. My main things I look for is the smallest package and the largest package. So 15 is pretty large for the smallest package. 15, if you have a brand new domain, you buy 15 links for it. I mean, it's going to be a rocky start because that's just super unnatural. Over on this side, we got 50. So let's say he has 50 posts. If he had 500 domains in his network, after 10 customers, he would have to start doubling up on domains, right? And so you go 10 customers. Okay, how long will it take until, if he has 500 domains, which is a very reasonable guess, that's something we should, we can ask the seller, but who knows, they're going to even tell the truth. Of course, they're all going to probably exaggerate. So let's say he has 500. That's a guesstimate from my side. So every 10 customers, he starts doubling up or like adding on the second layer or third layer. So 10 customers times, let's say we want to go until these sites are 5 customers deep, like 5 customers per. So 50 customers. By the time he has 50 customers, which he for sure has, there's no doubt in that. He has 61 pages. So I mean, it's if he gets he has hundreds. He probably has 5 to 10 customers a page. It would not be crazy to say he has 600 customers on this network. And so what do we say? 600. We said 600 customers. Every 50 customers. I mean, do you understand that the footprint's starting to show to Google where there's 30 million websites that like are indexed and like, I don't know how to say it, like have a little bit of traffic, like they're not just dead end crap websites. There's 30 million. I know I initially said 30,000, I meant 30 million websites on the internet you get backlinks from. And you're going to tell me that 5 of you have links from like all from one domain that's just like random, and the domain only has like 50 outbound links, 100 outbound links, 200 outbound links. Like, it's not that these are large sites. You're going to tell me, but just by chance, you 5 people or 10 people all have the same referring domain in common. Like, do you see how it becomes so obvious to Google when there's like a footprint once these domains start overlapping? And I was playing around with some math here with ChatGPT. If there's a 100 domain website network and the owner sells packages in groups of 25 posts, randomly selected domains from the network, how many customers would it take on average until 2 customers share 5 domains? And randomly, it's 2.2 customers, right? And so that's the first math we did in our head before this was not the average. That was like the best case scenario, right? Where if you had 100 domains, you're selling 10 posts, well, you could sell to 10 customers before you had to start doubling up. That's best case. Now, randomly selecting, it's a little bit different. Of course, with some different, we use 25 posts here. But let's say, what if it was like 500 domains, like that Skull Crusher guy, right? Selling packages, and you will give him the benefit of the doubt with the smallest selling packages of 15 posts each. How many customers until, what do we use up here? 2 customers share 5 domains. Let's say something more dramatic, like something more obvious. 10 customers share 10 domains. Don't show the math, just the answer, because we don't got time for that. We'll pause it. All right, here we are. So on average, it would take approximately 106 customers, and just spitballing, we know he has. I've sold before on that marketplace, for example, 500, 600 customers. We no issue for this guy. He is not getting online every day for 106 customers in the past several years. 10 customers share at least 10 domains from a 500 domain network. And that's given him some pretty strong benefit of the doubt, because we're saying most people will buy the 15 link package. This guy offers a 50 link package. So this is going to crunch down even more. So we know there's an overlap. There's a footprint. It's super, super obvious. And that's why, a lot of these links are not super effective. Now, in what scenario would I buy links from a network? Because it's pretty much impossible to get this number, right? It's hard. Like, we don't know how many domains they have in their network. We also don't really know how many customers they have. And so we can guess this. Domains are pretty hard to guess. We can ask. They're probably going to lie. So what I would do is, we already kind of said how we're looking for like the lowest amount of posts. If we can't figure out the first step, like I said, how many domains in the network, then we just got to kind of assume worst case scenario. And we need to buy in a quantity small enough that it looks like we're one of the authority sites mentioned on that network. Because PBNs they're not just linking out to money sites. A decent PBN from a decent provider is going to link out to authorities in the space. And those authorities don't get punished for being linked to from a PBN, right? Like, let's say Forbes, Bloomberg, and Fox News. I don't know, just some random domains. Those domains are not going to be punished getting linked from a PBN, right? There's other side of that is that they have so much authority, and once you get more authority in high DR, the risk of punishment, penalty, gets a lot lower. But the point's still the same, that these domains just being linked to and be associated with a network doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. But another thing is, it's not just these 10 customers that get punished. It's Google can, 10 years ago, this was just definitely not the case, but nowadays it most certainly is. These 10 customers, these 10 domains, Google can look at the referring domains, and then it will start, and this doesn't even require manual action. Google can look at the referring domains for all these and start second guessing them and start going, these 10 customers are sharing 10 domains. So we know something's up. these random 10 domains. They're not big sites. It's not like they're all sharing Forbes.com. It's like some pretty small sites with no traffic, minimal to no traffic. Everyone that, this is how you get bad link neighborhoods. Everyone that has linked to these 10 customers, right? Let's say there's, I don't know, you combine all the referring domains up. You go on Ahrefs, you export all the referring domains. Let's say it gives you a list of 1,000 referring domains. Those referring domains are now at risk of becoming a bad link neighborhood. And so if you ever had a link from those 1,000 referring domains, do you see how it's kind of going over in the tree? Those 1,000 domains are now at risk, if that makes sense. Or those 1,000, anyone who's got links from those thousands are. So if each one averages like, I don't know, 100 linked domains, and you're looking at like 100,000 domains being kind of revisited, but it's not going to actually be 100,000 domains because it's a network, right? And the network is going to have a lot of duplicates and redundancies and whatnot. So it's super easy with volume to start picking out PBNs is what I'm trying to say. PBNs being public blog networks where several people, a lot of people are buying the same links over and over, and for sure 106 is not hard to reach. So like I said, the first step is I would see what the ratio is between the smallest package, or honestly probably the largest package is the best number to use, and what we think the size of our network is. You want that ratio, like this percentage of this divided by this, to be super small. If you can't, which is usually the case, if you can't figure it out, if you don't know, you don't trust the guy, is the answer. The answer is to buy a small enough quantity, and I mean like a very small quantity, like between 1, 2, 3, 4 posts, maybe 5. Like that's a maybe. To a point where your coverage across that network is so small, there's 500 domains and you're only on 3 of them, 2 of them. It's unlikely that you purchased in. Like you're not there for the average price of, what is it, or average amount of 25 links. You could very well be one of the natural authorities that they chose to link to. And likewise, you got to consider like the negative SEO implications. Like Google just can't penalize every single person on a PBN, right? There's of course there's some natural ones there. So anyways, when you're looking for PBN, if you're looking for cheap links and you're deciding to take the risk of, you have come to your senses that you want to, you come to the decision that you want to try some PBN links. Of course, there's some higher risk, et cetera, and I would not recommend everyone just diving into PBN links, although most do because the prices are very, very reasonable. But if you are, just make sure that quantity that you're buying is not high. Like these, you're going to have to search. Most networks are offering packages starting at this size, and it's not how it used to be 10 years ago, where you can just buy like packages like this and rank pretty darn easy. That's not the case at all. If you have a brand new domain, you buy this right here. Let me tell you, you're probably going to get de-indexed. In this current climate, it's very likely that this package will de-index you. So definitely don't be purchasing this. And nothing against Skull Crusher. Like his domains and stuff are actually decent. Like the quality and the metrics and the backlinks that he has, and the link juice and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's a PBN that has a lot of customers. So, that's another thing, is looking for PBNs that have a very large, very small number of views and replies. Like 3K replies. That's very likely to lead you to problems, especially on, like I said, newer domains. But something with 10 replies, although that's not a PBN, but you get a better chance of not being penalized. So anyways, hope that makes sense. I will see you guys in the next one.